Night had fallen on laughter and satisfied appetites that showed their gratitude. The prelude was that of respectful conversation that followed the introduction of a new guest into what was known as home. And what childhood was this thing that stood on firm building blocks, nothing was out of sync. This was normal. This is what normal looked like. The grace of trees could be appreciated from windows in the hallway as a child's footsteps made their way up the stairs, and rooms accepted the lights of an apartment complex. And in this particular room, where toys and action figures held their positions in the windowsill, is when stillness made its presence known. Because there was something that insisted on coloring outside of the lines. It was a bass heavy voice that invaded iridescent decorum, dressed with the breath of cigarette smoke and Miller Lite beer, demanding answers to the question of, what are you still doing up? As its shadow pressed its broad shoulder against the door frame, the heart of innocence dropped like icicles that met the demise of warmer weather, and heavy breathing could be felt like cold temperatures as if feet had escaped from under the covers. It was here that fear made its introduction. Fear carried the same name as a mother's accepted lover. Fear was the guest missed in the original head count. And within the year, this was normal. This is what normal looked like. This was happenstance that made it clear that bad guys come in all forms, not just the ones with a kung fu grip or an arsenal of detachable weaponry, but life-size and in the flesh, like those cardboard cutouts that startle you when you round the corner in the grocery store, or that picture of a dead relative hanging up on the wall that won't let you shake eye contact even though you position yourself in a different part of the room. You see, bad guys were no longer inspiring widened eyes as you sat in front of the television watching your favorite cartoon, anxious to see what was going to happen on the next episode. No, bad guys met with relatives and surprised you during the holidays. Bad guys induced chills when they did mom a favor by picking you up after school. Bad guys were mustering stuff you thought you could only see in movies. But this was normal. This is what normal looked like. Interrupted bathroom trips, undesired sleepovers, not built on the premise of having a sound male influence, and many pushed away plates even though it was your favorite meal, and favors that certainly jerked more than tears, and private rehearsals. Private rehearsals to keep it all together. Private rehearsals to keep it all together in front of a family that faithfully stood by disbelief and greeted a 7-year-old boy's nightmares with laughter. Because telling someone wasn't an option, and running away wasn't this subconscious daydream. No, telling someone carried consequences, because the opening and closing of your mouth was not permissible just as long as he was around, and getting the courage to speak about it meant that the happiness everyone received from him could possibly be crushed under the weight of your fairy tales. But this was normal. This is what normal looks like.